Imagine the laughable reason INEC is objecting to the admission of evidence. These are certified true copies that they themselves gave to Labour Party legal team, and they are objecting to them being admitted in court as evidence after the judge shut the INEC lawyer down by telling him to respect the rule of the court, because all parties have agreed not to object to all documents that are certified true copies being tendered in court. Whatever reasons that they have for objecting to the tendering of certified true copies that they themselves gave to Labour Party cannot hold water in the eyes of the law. Of course, the reaction of the presiding judge shows that it was an exercise in futility. Now, one of the reasons that INEC used the word strange in objecting to the tendering of the evidence in court was because they said that P2B and the Labour Party did not list all these states in their petition. The fact that the Labour Party listed only Rivers, Lagos, Taraba, Benue, Adamawa, and a total of 10 states does not in any way mean that they will not contest the election in other states of Nigeria. In fact, number 11 on the petition, as you can see, they wrote other states of the Federation. Does it mean that INEC Council no longer knows the meaning of other states of the Federation? Is this another case of wrong interpretation by INEC? They couldn't interpret "and" in the Constitution, that's talking about the 25% requirement in the FCT, Abuja. Now the INEC Council cannot even understand what other states of the Federation means. This is a presidential election, and the candidate in the said election reserves the right to contest the election in court, and he has the right to contest the election in any location in Nigeria. The fact that P2B and the Labour Party did not list all the states they will contest the presidential election results in isn't binding on them. Even if it is binding, number 11, other states of the Federation, covers every state in Nigeria. So it's either the INEC guys are playing games or they have run out of telling lies, because when one tells a lie, he will need to tell a second one to cover the first one. When the second one is about to be discovered, he will need to tell a patch-up, to cover the second and the first ones. And up till the time they will now run out of telling lies, which will happen in court. Because the certified true copies of Form EC8As that INEC gave to the Labour Party legal team that have now been admitted in court as evidence, like in the other video where we explained the probate value of Form EC8As in election disputes. In the eyes of the law, when a candidate brings to court certified true copies of Form EC8As from INEC, there is no room for technicality, because these are the results that INEC themselves released. These are the results, in the eyes of the law, that INEC looked at and calculated and collated before they announced the results. So when a candidate tenders this kind of evidence in court, it is highly unlikely that the candidate will lose the court battle. So INEC and the APC are aware of this. That's why INEC refused initially to even give the Labour Party legal team the required documents. But at the end, it seems like they've given them everything that they require, including the Beavers reports, though we still need confirmation from the Labour Party legal team. With the admission of INEC CTCs in court as evidence, it makes it easier for the judges to see what really happened during the election. How INEC collated results do not match polling unit results. There's no perfect crime. They left traces and clues.
Are you going to accredit at the polling unit?
We are going to the rank center. That is where the network is from. Go to the rank center.
Please hold on.
Now, let's make an illustration so that you understand what actually happened on election day. How INEC subverted the will of the people. How the collated results are quite different from polling unit results. When people troop out on election day, they are voting in a polling unit. And all polling units in a particular area are under a ward. A ward is like the headquarters. So you have 10s or 20s of polling units under a ward. When people finish voting and the votes are counted at the polling unit, the polling officer will take the result sheet to the headquarters of the ward. All of them receive training. They all know the locations of these wards. So when they assemble all the results from the particular ward at the ward headquarters, the INEC ward collation officer will tabulate all the results and collate them. For Party A, he will write down the result. For Party B, and so on and so forth. So it was at this level that they manufactured all the results. They wrote what they wanted, because it wasn't easy for them to do it at the polling unit. Of course, in many cases, the police aided thugs of many parties to chase away other party members so that they will not be able to see what was going on. So at the ward level, they wrote results. They didn't want to know. They didn't want to know if it tallied, it matched, no calculation was done, no collation. They just wrote what they wanted. Then, after the ward collation, all wards come under a local government area. They know the local government headquarters. This is where the collation for the local government happens. So all ward collation officers will now move to the local government, where they will collate the results for the entire local government area. At this level was where they perpetrated massive rigging. In fact, in many cases, before the INEC officers arrived at the local government headquarters, the results were already written. Like in the case of Obiakpo local government area. They waited to see the result of others before they submitted that one. And remember, the same thing would have happened in Port Harcourt local government area. This lady was the lady that refused. She was the INEC returning officer for this local government. During the election, people were saying that she was offered 30 million naira to write the results, but she refused. So they concentrated at the ward collation level and the local government collation level to perpetrate massive rigging. So in most cases, when you see the declared results, they do not match the polling unit results. Of course, the Labour Party legal team must have done the collation by themselves to deliver to the judges. So they will now look and say, hey, these are results from INEC. So they can't even do calculation. They can't do subtraction and addition. How come the results don't match the declared results? And in cases where they do not have results, because INEC mentioned some time ago that they do not have results in some areas, maybe the Labour Party legal team would have added police copies, certified true copies from police. This will aid the judges in arriving at the legal votes. They don't even need to look at the political party copies. INEC copies alone proves that the results that was announced at the state level before they brought it to Abuja, the National Collation Center, do not match. That when you calculate all the polling unit results, that they do not match. 78! This presidential election petition tribunal will be the easiest for the petitioners to prove in Nigeria's history, because the rigging was so massive and blatant. They didn't even bother to cover their tracks in any way. The only place the Labour Party legal team should watch out for is technicality. They are already showing that it is technicality that they are looking at to strike off the matter. That was the same reason Tinubu hired Wole Olanipeku, because he is good in technicality. Anyway, we'll be bringing you updates on Monday when the tribunal resumes hearing of the petition. We'll be bringing you the full transcript of what transpired in court. Thanks for watching.
353, 354, 355, 356, 357, 358, 359, 360, 361.